It's gonna sound rude, cause it is, but it's the unfortunate truth. The members of the Overwatch development team are incompetent, and it really hurts the game. Everyone from the members designing all the bland skins to the balancing team that just pushes out a slew of changes one month that ends up being reverted the next month, as if the live server is just actually a test server. But I digress. This video is gonna be short. This video won't be a comprehensive deep dive, but I think it will give viewers a glimpse at the levels of incompetence common among the dev team. Let's take a look at the actions of the dev team in the most recent months, because I believe that the most recent months really demonstrate just how lost the development team is. First, let's take a look at November. Mauga was released for 2 entire days and then straight up removed from the game. It's apparent that this 2-day period existed so that the devs could get feedback and data. And obviously the live server is where such tests should be done, because what's the point of a PTR server, right? Regardless, we'll circle back to this when we talk about Mauga's release and the buffs that he received because of the data they collected during his 2-day stay on the live servers. So December. They updated the game and whoopsie, turns out the game has optimization issues on the PS5. Who would have guessed? Unfortunately, no one at Blizzard, because I guess testing the patch on every system you plan to release it on is a foreign concept to them. Even though testing whether or not a piece of hardware has issues running the software you're trying to put on it is supposed to be bug testing 101, it seems like over at the Overwatch development team, that's somehow new information. It's quite the thing, and unfortunately this sort of blunder is just a common occurrence. So in December, the winter event rolls around, and in it, players have to earn tickets and use said tickets to choose prizes. You know, an okay event. But the event is time gated, and on top of that, there was a paywall preventing players from getting more than one skin, and some of the skins were straight up unearnable without paying money. So basically it was a cash grab event, and obviously people didn't like that fact. But ho ho, members of the development team felt compelled to really show off just how out of touch with reality they were. You had goobers like this guy saying, oh, it wasn't a cash grab, it was about giving players choices. They could either get one of the festive skins on display, or they could spend money and get a bunch of skins. And obviously the skins on display were the plebeian skins. If you wanted the skins like the Tracer skin, you'd have to pay up because those skins weren't earnable via the event. Yep, truly an event about giving players choices, not a cash grab at all. Yeah, unfortunately no one believed that load of garbage. But hey, around Christmas they gave all the players a free cosmetic. That of course being a cookie weapon charm. Yeah, people didn't like this either, and it became yet another thing that made people dislike the dev team. Still in December, Mauga was released, and for some reason they decided to look at the feedback people gave after playing this man for 2 days in quick play and go, yeah, we should make some balancing decisions based off the feedback, even though this feedback comes from people who had a max of 48 hours to play with this character. And obviously because of that, Mauga, who was already in a broken state before this buff, became a demon, a literal just pay-to-win character that was locked behind the battle pass. And again, while he was already broken before being buffed, the buffs took him to another level, and obviously because of how broken he was, when he was allowed in comp, the entire meta revolved around him. That is how dominant he was, and for some reason the devs had no idea that he was in such a broken state prior to putting him on a live server. In fact, as mentioned before, they released him in a buff state. And then after he stomps for like half a season, the devs go, yeah, we're rolling out a nerf for him, and honestly would rather accidentally over-nerf him than accidentally under-nerf him. And if we do, we fear that he's going to dominate the meta again. Like what? Things like Mauga's kit being broken should have been obvious to those of the dev team, like it was for a lot of players. They are legit incompetent, and as a result, they managed to conclude that giving a tank the ability to have over 700 HP, with a lot of that being armor, over 50% lifesteal, like legitimate lifesteal, the ability to deal headshot damage from dealing body shots, a gun that can deal DOT damage, the ability to heal if he dealt headshot damage, a movement skill that travels a massive distance and also gives him complete immunity to all CC in the game, and on top of that, deals a considerable amount of damage and also has its own debilitating CC effects, would be a good idea. By the way, I didn't even mention all the things he could do, like his ability to just headshot Orisa even though she has fortified, which is supposed to prevent headshots, and his ability to trap a Wraith forming Reaper with his cage ult. This is just incompetence at the highest level, honestly. To wrap this video up, let's talk about the fact that they just randomly buff characters like Sojourn. Her railgun no longer decays past 25, which is 25 damage to the body or 50 to the head. And this change comes out of nowhere. Sojourner is one of the most picked DPS characters in the game, and there's a reason for that. If you can click the heads of your enemies with her, then she's really strong. Like honestly, a lot of Sojourners just farm their charge off of a tank and then one-shot a hero if they can. And while she's ulting, she doesn't even need to farm charge. She can just walk up to someone and just honestly annihilate an entire team. But yeah, I guess she really needed the buff for some reason. Regardless, that's it for now. Peace.